Yo, what's up? What's up? It's your boy D, and that's all day, and I'm here to do the SmackDown review for yesterday's SmackDown on August 19th, 2022. We got McIntyre levels Reigns with an earth-shattering Claymore kick. So that was the headlines: is Reigns and McIntyre going at it or whatever, and yeah, no Usos there tonight. But I know I've been going off and ranting and talking about WWE the past couple weeks and about how it's just been a little weird and stuff hasn't been good, which I do agree with. Like I do really like see the difference. But I will admit though, this week was pretty good. Like, well, this SmackDown was actually pretty good. So let's get into it. It was only a few things that I was like about. Like for example, how it started. I did not like this. Ronda Rousey was arrested after bringing SmackDown 1200 to a halt and refusing to leave. So yeah, this is the 1200 SmackDown. Yes, she went to jail. She got locked up. But this wasn't good to me because there was nothing with Liv. Like Liv was supposed to be still injured. I knew as soon as she came out, I'm like, she ain't gonna be doing nothing with Liv. Nothing gonna happen. And remember, she was supposed to be suspended and be gone. She came in. She just basically had a bitch fit, and ordered Adam Pearce to come out and take her demands, and it was so predictable. I knew exactly what's gonna happen. As soon as I seen those male security guards come out, I was like, here we go. Watch her beat up on dudes again. Because it's Ronda Rousey and that's what she's known for, beating up on guys and acting like she can beat men up. And here we go again. This stuff be irritating me. Like I said, it's irritating to constantly see women beat up on guys, but guys can't do it back. Even though I don't advise them hitting them either. It's just they shouldn't be hitting them if they can't hit them. It's just annoying. And it was very, very predictable. Then a dude shows up in a woman with a gun and they're supposed to be police and drag her off. That was a terrible start though to SmackDown. I'm gonna try to throw the promos in. Then we had Toxic Attraction defeating Natalya and Sonya Deville to move to the semifinals of the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship tournament. Now, this I actually am interested in because I want to know who wins the tag team titles. Now, the only thing with this, which was weird, is the fact that the other two girls that y'all had up in there, y'all just switched them last second. Like, I don't remember these two Fatal Attraction or Toxic Attraction. They just threw them in the last second. Like they literally been promoting them other two, even seeing a promo of them. So I don't know what happened with them, what happened, but they got thrown in. It didn't really matter too much to me because this team of Sonya and Natalya is just a quick heel thrown together team. Sonya hasn't been doing much. Natalya ain't been doing much since her title shot. So I really felt like they were going to lose and go over though. But it wasn't bad. This wasn't bad though because it is involving a tournament. Even though who I think is leading to and who's going to win, man. But we going to continue. Then we had Hit Rose, Ashanti, the Adonis, Top Dollar, and B-Fab cleared the ring of Maximum Male Models and gave the WWE Universe a special performance. Now this I liked. I like this part. It was. I still wish though the Maximum Male Models would eventually like fight because when I first seen this, they were all in the ring. Even the girl and they was all in there. So I'm like, what's going on? They finna fight somebody. Then all of a sudden, here Rose show up. So I'm like, oh shit. They finally get finna do something besides modeling. No, they come in the ring, toss Maze and Mansoir dead out the ring, and then they just start performing the song. Man, it was just like a music video, if you ask me, and I was not expecting it. And now that stuff is getting stuck in my head. Now, hero, and that one song they were singing that was kind of getting stuck in my head a little bit. So that was cool to see something different. They had a promo with Karrion Kross and that Scarlet girl. Still don't see nothing much coming out of that, but he is stalking Drew, so maybe he'll put a thorn in Drew's side in the future in his plans. Sheamus emerged victorious in the Fatal 5-Way match to win an international title opportunity at WWE Clash of the Champion. Now, this was good, too. And what made it even better is because it was in Montreal, so, they wanted to give a lot of people shine, from the Canadian area. But what made it so great though is that Sami Zayn, he got a lot of play in today's episode, and it was just so great because the Usos wasn't there. He was finally gets to talk to Roman. Roman is talking to him, and he's like, "Man, you got to go out there and get a goal." He's basically acting like Jimmy. He still wants to be cool. Roman gets up and leaves. Jay calls. Jay cusses Sammy out on the phone. Roman comes back and he's acting phony as hell. So he tells Sammy like, "Hey, go out there and go get this title shot." And the crowd was pumped. The crowd was great tonight, and the crowd was definitely pumped for Sami Zayn. And it totally had me thinking Sammy was gonna win this. It really did. I mean, he had some competition though, cause you had Sheamus, Ricochet. Who else did you have? You had Madcap Moss, and you had Happy Corbin. So you had some competition, and it was going good for Sammy. Like, this was a great match for him. But then a part happened where he got the white noise from Sheamus off the top rope, and then Sammy was like, "Oh, my arm!" Like, he started selling his arm, so they had to walk him backstage, and the match just kept continuing. And then after the match, well, not after the match, but later on in the match, he returned. So I'm like, whoa. But he was still selling the arm. So when I seen this, I was like, yes, like, oh my goodness, he probably gonna win this. And the match was going, it was still competitive, but in the end, man, Sheamus ended up winning. You know what? Sheamus was doing a lot in this match too. Ricochet was too, man. Them three, I say, did the most this match. But Sheamus picking up the victory was a complete shock. And now we finna have Sheamus going against Gunther for the IC title, which is gonna be interesting because Gunther, he been cleaning the house since he been out. So to see him go against Sheamus, this might be his biggest threat yet. Then we got the Viking Raiders gave the New Day a Viking funeral. Just a long demonic promo with the Viking Raiders. It was not interesting. Liv Morgan defeats Shotzi. Now this was pretty decent because Liv does need to start doing stuff, to try to make herself look a little stronger. Because ever since she won this title, they've been kind of making her look weak, even with the injury. Even with the win. So it's like Liv does need to come out here and I guess get a win down, get something under her belt to build her up for what's to come. The only downside was, I say, is the fact that Shotzi was going to lose, because Shotzi kind of has been just losing a lot to people lately, just like Sonya Deville. But nah, this was still pretty good because Liv really needed a win. She really needed a good singles win. And she got it. And had a decent comeback, too, in that match. Damn. So yeah, this SmackDown did go a little quick, but it was good, man. I mean, I think other little minor things happened, but I think I got to most of the stuff. And then it was basically the end because the Usos was not here. They was talking about they weren't gonna make it. Talking about they had troubles at the border, so yeah, they couldn't come. Roman was by himself. And that's what made it interesting. And it made me feel like Roman was going to use Sammy too, because he ain't got the Usos. So he like, let me use him. The only thing that had me looking at him sketchy is like, oh, don't say you afraid of Drew because you don't have the Usos with you. But he came out there alone. He did his promo. Drew came out, and no, he does not still have the sword. They had a talk, and they just got the popping. They just got the fighting, man. It didn't last long at all. They just got the fighting. And then Sammy ended up coming in, taking a Claymore from him. Like, he was finna Claymore Roman, and Sammy took the Claymore out of nowhere, and then Roman Superman punched him. And then I think some other stuff ended up happening, because it ended up, I think, with Roman leaving. Let's see. The SmackDown Warrior initiated the altercation, and without the bloodline there to back up Reigns, McIntyre lined up the undisputed WWE Universal Champion for a potential Claymore kick. Before he could hit it, however, Sami Zayn suddenly emerged and took the blow for the head of the table. When McIntyre distracted, Reigns hit him with the Superman punch. When the title holder went for the spear, though, McIntyre turned the tables and hit Reigns with an earth-shattering Claymore. So, yep, and that was it. And I think Reigns ended up just getting out. So they let Drew get the upper hand here. Now, this is what I think about the future when it comes to them in a title shot at the next pay-per-view. I still think at the end of the day, man, I don't think it's much change and much difference between Drew and Roman from not too long ago. Like, we've seen it so many times. He done lost so many times. I feel like they're trying to give you a little something something just because they know, like, okay, let's try to give him hope, give him hope. So let's take the Usos away, knowing when you get to the pay-per-view they're gonna probably be there. Let's have do the whole thing with him. But when it come down to it, I still believe Roman is gonna be on top. So I hope y'all enjoyed it, man. Hit that like button, comment, subscribe, let me know what's up, and I'll be back for the next one. Peace out.